Welcome to Apex One Radio. My name is Emmanuel Paye. We are broadcasting live today from the city of Columbus, Ohio, in the USA of America or United States of America. Joining me today, we have a special edition. This is Play This Africa on Apex One Radio. Wherever you are, if you are joining us from Liberia, today is about 11:24 in the motherland. We are here tonight for a special program, a special edition, Apex One Radio on Playlist Africa of Playlist Africa on Apex One Radio. Excuse me. Um, if you are in the Liberian entertainment industry, you have been following a very trending story, a story that will inspire you. And then, of course, if you are not analytical, you're going to take a side. As you all know, we have the special guest in our studio. Perhaps this is the first time in our studio. I want to say, on behalf of the Apex One family, I want to say welcome, Mr. Shadrick Kuteh.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Very happy to be here today.
So, we're gonna quickly go into it. So, first, we will start with introduction. Before we start with introduction, I want to first say music is an inspiration to the mind and the soul. Music bridge between boundaries and languages. It is one of the most important craft that unites people regardless of what language you speak and where you're from, based on sound, melodies, and the spirit of entertainment. So we all follow music. Some of us want to make an impact in music. Some of us want to be the fan. Tonight we have a special young man who decided to be part of this process to make a difference however way he can. So he is indeed the CEO of the DMG Music Group, Mr. Shadrick Kuteh. Welcome again to Apex One
Thank
Radio.
you so much. Very happy to be here.
So how are you today?
Doing good. Still recording from the party from last night.
I know it is cold in our city right now. Wherever you are joining us, the time is about 6:27 in Eastern Time, about 11:27 in Liberian time. Welcome again to everybody around the world watching this special interview. So we're going to start with introduction first. Mr. Kuteh, who is Mr. Shadrick Kuteh? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey? Is music your professional career, or what is music to you?
Thank you again. My name is Cedric Kuteh, CEO of DMG Music. Um, since I came to America over 20 plus years ago, and I fell in love with music, I had to um, I had to literally learn the process of making music. Initially, I was into hip hop. I initially played hip hop music way back in the day. I believed that it was going to be a vehicle through which we can be able to
Okay, we apologize. We're trying to make adjustment here in the studio of Apex One Radio to make sure that we bring you the best show possible. This is a special edition of Play This Africa on Apex One Radio again. Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, about 20 years ago, when I came to the United States, I really fell in love with music. I saw it as a way in which we can be able to have impact um, in the world. Initially, I was doing hip hop music. Um,
So you're an artist also?
yeah, I'm an artist
Oh,
also.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm an
that's good to
artist.
know. Okay, all right.
That's how I always started. And obviously, at that time, music wasn't paying off, and I wanted to pursue another career that would allow me to be able to, you know, uh, support myself and my family back home and here. So that's how come I went to school to be a designer. And I sort of got on that pathway because of music as well. I used to want to design my CD covers and promotional materials and things like that. Right, so that's how that led me into design. I went to school for design. Was fortunate enough to graduate with a master's degree, and went on to be an educator. And when I was finally in a position to be able to then return to music, um, that's when DMG Music was born.
So your professional career is actually a graphic design
Yes, I'm a designer and
designer.
engineer
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. And then also, you also are, I would say, a professor
Yes, yes,
at the prestigious Ohio State University, right,
yes,
in the state of
yes.
Columbus, in the state of Ohio, or in the state of Columbus, Ohio. Yes. So let's talk about this DMG. Uh, how did the concept come about? How did DMG come about?
Um, DMG is a vision, right? It's a vision that I had since I came to America and started doing music. But again, I didn't have the chance to really pursue it in its full at the beginning. But when I came to Columbus, I got connected to the Liberian community here. I have one of the most vibrant communities, Liberian communities in all of the United States. So with through this community, I connected to some business partners at my church, and those business partners and we made investment into other businesses at that time, really to capture events, photos, video documentation of different events that was happening. And it was through that we were able to then invest into DMG Music because they knew then that this was my passion, that I always had, I always wanted to do. So when we finally in a position to be able to make an investment into it, they trusted me um, with the means to be able to pursue that interest I've always had.
So in DMG music, if I may ask you, people in the diaspora, right? There's somehow this connection between people who are in the diaspora and also people in Liberia or even in the motherland of Africa. DMG music, like you said, it was founded here, with the inspiration of influencing music, the music industry. Why did you choose to go back to Liberia? Why couldn't you just use DMG here? Because they got other Liberian artists in America. Why Liberia?
Yeah, I mean, everything I do pretty much is to be able to go back to have impact in my country, right? Whether it's through my education, research. Um, if I was a doctor, I'd be doing something to go back and help the hospitals in Liberia, right? So it's always been my interest to use what God have given me to have impact in Liberia. So when I had the chance to, you know, um, make that investment through music, I thought it was like the best of both worlds. I love music and I love my country, so why not start there?
All right, wanna start there again. Uh, Welcome to the special edition of Play This Africa on Apex on radio. My name is Emmanuel, Paye, your host tonight, as we break down uh, the story behind the story. Apex One Radio is a community and international broadcasting platform that bring you everything for politics, music, culture, and entertainment. Welcome again, wherever you are watching us tonight. Mr. Shadrick, want to say welcome again. But let's get right to the point. So, DMG, since you founded this record company, who was your first artist?
Um, my first artist was an artist in Nigeria, a gospel artist by the name of Real Choice. Um, because of my spiritual connection and faith, I taught that I only wanted to work with gospel artists at the time. So we worked with her for about a year or two. The challenge with her, however, was that um, she's in Nigeria. She was a Nigerian artist. We met when I was in grad school. She listened to one of my songs on Facebook. Thought had a good message, so we started connected then. So several years later, when I had a chance to start the engine music, she was the first person I thought of, to sign. Fortunately, because I didn't have as much connection in Nigeria to really support her, it was kind of difficult for me to make that that commitment and investment. So we ended up deciding that was best for her to pursue her own independent interest, and also for me to then shift focus to helping somebody in Liberia.
Okay, so if you are watching this show, my name is Emmanuel Ped again, aka Play This Africa. This is a special edition of Play This Africa on Epics on radio. We're speaking to the CEO of DMG Music tonight, uh, to have the discussion because sometimes there are a lot of communication that goes on social media that been it can be easily influenced or misinterpreted by different things or different people. So we're gonna go right into it. Uh, there's one of the most trending artists in Liberia right now, with a very unique voice and a unique personality in Fluxy. How did you come across Fluxy?
In 2023, when I was getting married, my groomsmen and I, were practicing, our special dance. And I just happened to have been on Facebook, and I saw this video of this guy that was promoting this song, and the song just touched me. Right, I just loved the song.
What's the name of the song?
It's called Pose. The
Okay.
song is called Pose.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I wish I could dance to this song at my wedding. And but the song was they didn't come out yet, so we didn't have a full version. But the guy had pretty much performed about half of it. So luckily for me, the song came out like a day or two before the wedding, and we were able to indeed play it at the wedding. And after that, it just in my spirit, like I want to find this person that made this song and see how best I can be able to support and assist her, right? And so my brother back home, Bill, I'm like, man, we gotta find this person. So then he went online. He saw the guy in which the guy that promoting the song, and we were able to get in contact with him, and he connected us with Fluxy. And I remember just being so happy, that I got connected with this person, whose song I love so much that I ever danced to it at my wedding. And so when I got on the phone with her, I just started telling her the vision. Oh man, we're gonna do great things. I'm gonna support you. Just give us some time. We are gonna, make it. So to say. Um, yeah, and that was it. I went out to tell me say yes. She went to work with us like right then and there, right? Because of how much passion and belief I had in that moment, right? So obviously she didn't make the commitment, in that first phone call. But in the days to come, we were able to finally get a verbal commitment that she indeed wanted us to work with her, and so we were able to then negotiate with her and the partner that was assisting her at that time to come up with, with a form of agreement through which we can be able to support her career.
So yes, that's another very important point. Uh, when it comes to a record label and the artist, there are a lot of different misinformation or misconception that come with it. So Fluxy, did you sign her the first time officially to the label?
Yes, in 2023,
How long did you stay with the label for the first contract? How long was it?
she was with us for 2 years. We signed at that time. Again, it was me and my partners, right? That we signed her because DMG Music is a sub company of Dash Media Group, right?
Okay.
Then, so therefore, she was signed to Dash Media Group in 2023, and then 2 years later, uh, my partners and I decided, based on different interests, to sort of separate the music from the other business aspects, for which I continue the music and they continue pursuing those other business endeavors. So, CSU assigned me to the Dash Media Group for 2 years, during the initial contract. And then when I went on to become sole owner of BMG Music, that's when we redid her contract.
So again, so you recently did her contract. How long has the new contract been? When was it signed?
Yeah, I want to say like after September or August, one of those 2 months. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the records out there, but
Okay.
yeah, it was very
So
recent.
one of the actually again, this is a big story in the Liberian music entertainment industry. Uh, some artists was accused management or record label of taking advantage of them. So they designed her to, like, for example, there was an incident with a guy called SIO, one of the nearest artists in Liberia with LIB Music, where they offer him some money. Whatever happened behind the scene, the deal did not go through. The accusation was the cash amount that was offered was a scam. It wasn't real. So in this contract with Fluxy, was there the official cash amount given to her? Like, did you offer her money as a sign of bonus, like all of our musical label do, or it was just a word of mouth?
Yeah, and I really can't go into the specifics of the contract, but all I can say is that um, we had an agreement that was mutually beneficial to both parties, in which the results are here today. It is because of what is in the contract that this is a story today, right? That she is a successful artist because of the commitment that we made to her, that we signed and were able to accomplish.
So can you tell me how much over the years that she was with DMG Music? Do you have an estimated number of how much money did you invest in her?
Yeah, I can't say, but anybody that is you know, that understands the state of our industry, that is growing, but it's really in its infancy, right? So to take an artist from where she has very little online following engagement to where she have now been nominated five awards, right? Across two and a half or 2 years or so. You can just uh, logically, assume that it takes a lot of investment, right, to get to where we are today.
Hmm. Okay, but on November 21st, DMG Music released a statement about a very heartfelt statement about the termination or Flossie requesting to terminate her contract with DMG Music. So, and then you also express, or DMG also express the the opportunity that was offered to her, and the hope and inspiration behind the story. So, who terminated the contract, DMG or Fluxy?
She thought at the time it was in her interest to terminate the contract, right?
So Fluxy was the one that terminated the contract, pretty
Yes,
much. Okay,
yes.
go
But
ahead.
again, like I said at the beginning, this is somebody that I was very much committed to and passionate to support, right? So it never, in my mind, uh, would have been together forever, right? And if I knew that this was going to happen, then we probably would have taken, additional steps just to ensure that we can avoid some of the things that's going on right now in the media. But it's never my intent to even for me to make that statement. You know, it took months. This thing had been going on in the background for several months. In which we took drastic steps to try to resolve, including trying to formulate a new contract, right, that would
Okay.
meet our satisfaction, right? And that was one of the painful part because I know how much time I committed to trying to put that together. And this also speaks to something that I'm hoping that when this is all said and done, we as an industry can be able to make more investment into like the legal aspect of what we are doing, right? What I've been beneficial to her and to us at that time, as it is to anybody that's into a contract to get some type of legal guidance, all right? But again, when it comes to art, all form of art, those that like participate in it, love it so much that time they don't think about all these stuff. You just want to like make the music. You just want to contribute to our culture. So at times we kind of overlook these important aspects of that process as well.
That's very important because again, uh, in our community, we really it's a common thing, even in the professional level. Sometimes in our Liberian community, even you can be my friend. We are going to something. I trust you, and I take your word for it, or you take my word for it. So, I mean, like, of course, you guys separated, right? Did you guys have an official, like? I know you had a contract, right? Like you said, but now she says she want to leave. How long was first of all? How long was the contract? The new contract that you signed with her. How long was it?
Uh,
How long did she sign the contract for?
3 years.
3 years. But it didn't last like a month or two when it was
Yeah.
terminated. Okay. Then what is the way forward?
I mean, it's extremely sad, right, that um, we as Liberians at times like these can take steps to do things that kind of set us back, right? I wish as we were trying to negotiate in the background to resolve this matter, I wish it had been resolved at that time. And I wish she didn't give her ears to people that I believe have really misled her, that have taken steps to paint us in the light in which people that know me would, would tell you that none of those things that are being said about us, our company, who we are true, right? So it's unfortunate that, it has gotten to this point. Um, but the way forward is just to ensure that um, hopefully she can continue to be successful as an artist, if, independently, and we ourselves can continue to thrive as a company that I believe is going to drastically impact the Liberian music industry. I'm hoping that, like I said earlier, at the end of this, we as the industry can really start putting measures. When we used to work with Fluxy, there are people that will do songs with people that will work with um, just out of love, making financial investment and so forth. But there's no contract to kind of govern what happens if this person don't fulfill their duties, or what happens if they don't fulfill our duties, right? So I'm hoping that when this is all said and done, everybody can now become more mindful, and we actually start to operate as a professional industry, like how our counterparts in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, are doing, and we are way behind those countries. They have performing right organization that ensure that the artists are well compensated when the music is played on the radio, when the music is performed at clubs or in different venues and things like that. We don't have that in our country, right? So we are way behind. So I'm hoping that by me now be given this platform, like, as I believe that many more interviews will come after this, I can use this as a means in which to help us be more exposed, right, to what it actually takes to be successful. Liberian artists are not succeeding from their music. Um, People are in the street parroting their songs on CDs and on flash drives because uh, the Liberian population have a lot of different struggle that they're going through. They don't have means to sign up for Spotify or Apple Music subscription, and those are platforms that ensure that artists get compensated, right? So we have a long way to go as an industry, and I was really hoping that through our relationship with Fluxy, we can be able to paint a good picture of what the industry should be. But again, this is good. I think this is good because we show a blueprint for how to take somebody that has very little popularity to like international standards. So we have a blueprint already, and now we're gonna set another blueprint for how do you handle a situation like this when the artist and the label are in a situation where both are not happy with each other, right? So now we're about to use this movement, even though we didn't plan for it, but to set a new precedent.
So as you move forward, right? As you move forward in this process, and do self evaluation, because in this thing, as a manager or management company, you do what you call assessment. What come to you, or what come to mind, that would take the reason why you think Fluxy terminated her contract in your own feeling?
I mean, I don't even know who feel that. I have I know a specific reason
Okay,
why it's terminated the contract.
can you share that with us?
But the thing is that I spent 2+ years trying to make her look good in public, right? So it's extremely difficult now to try to make her look bad. You see what I'm saying? And I can't do so, not in a public manner, at least not at this time, because it has been my sole goal to have her in a positive light, right? So now to get a turn on, and make statements that I believe would impact her character, I just don't feel it's right to sort of do at this time.
Again, this is a special edition of Playlist Africa, the Apex One Radio. My name is Emmanuel Paye. We are here in the city of Columbus, Ohio, in the USA, bringing to you again the CEO of DMG Record to explain his side of the story. You know, Okay, now we'll come to the most important part of the whole conversation. As you affectionately said, how much you care about this young lady with a great talent, how much you want to elevate her. Again, I can tell you from the public assessment, that happened. Flux is one of the most prominent face in Liberia when it comes to sound. Her voice, her personality, everything is attractive to what entertainment brings to people. Now, her social media account, as you've seen, every artist from Jay Zeno to CRC to all supported her in this process. Who created the social media account for her? She did herself, or you did?
Uh, again, I can't go to details regarding that.
But let me just say what she said here. Okay, she said, so watching people try to rewrite my story, rename my work, and silence my voice isn't just painful; it is disrespectful to the journey, sacrifices, and the people who believe in me. But hear me clearly: you cannot break a woman who was built in the fire. You cannot erase a brain that was born from purpose. You cannot intimidate a heart that refused to stop. The accusation is that DMG took over her platform, her social media account, and renamed it, which of course it is her identity according to her. So, do you have a comment to that?
Yeah, I just want to say somebody has sent me that message, and my first reaction to it was that AI is a powerful tool, and I hope my people can learn how to use it in a more ethical way. For the 2+ years in which we work with Fluxy, 99% of what is on all her social media platforms were posted by members of our team. She only used those platforms to go live, um, and at times she will send us, a quote or a picture or so to post. Right. So I find it hard to believe that she wrote that.
But she said she created her, that's her personal account that she created, and DMG took over. Is that true?
We Everything that we did, right, to help her get where we are right now was governed by a document that we signed. And a
So she
document
released her social media account to you to do the promotion for her. Would that be right?
I can't I can't that reason why I can't directly answer those questions,
Okay.
right? But all I'm trying to tell you is that we are operating within the bounds of a document and way in which we decided to work while we are working together, and what should be done should there be a separation. We are operating within those bounds.
Okay, now let's go back to the other aspect. Now we talk about social media accounts. Let's talk about the streaming platforms that she might have. Music nowadays, you have Spotify, you have AudioMar, you have Apple Music. Can you tell us how many platforms you think as a record company that Fluxy Music is now playing on actively?
Like 99% of platforms, right? We distributed the songs to all of those platforms. So because again, our goal was to help elevate Liberian music. We can't elevate Liberian music by just using one platform, right? So the music is everywhere. So
So does she have access to the platform in terms of like revenue? Are they how you call it monetized? Are the platform monetized? And does she have access to them?
uh, distribution of music, it don't work like Facebook and other platforms, right? It doesn't work like that, right? You use a platform in most cases, especially for like independent artists, small labels like we are. You use a platform to distribute that song on all of those platforms,
Okay.
right? And that platform that you to distribute a song is what is used to then collect the revenue that those songs generate um, for the artist, right? So it's not like you go to Apple Music or to Spotify and collect from them directly,
Okay.
right? You use a singular platform to distribute
Yes,
the
yes.
song.
I mean, yeah. I want to say we're talking about basically like the merge revenue that comes from different uh screaming, from different accounts, because those are some of the misconceptions in our industry, in the Liberian in music industry, where artists were accused. They accused either a manager or a record label of robbing them, right? Sometimes they assert that, oh, you are making money out of me, you are doing this, I don't have access to my money, you are cheating me. So
Yeah, let me just
do
say
you
this.
do you see how
Yeah,
that could be a
let me
possibility?
say this. I mean, the reason why I was able to invest into music was because I have an established career, right, in which uh, I can support myself and my family, right. It'll go against 100% of what I believe in if I did anything that was unethical, like trying to steal from somebody or do things that kind of damage me anyway, right. So all of those things that you've seen, are untrue, right, in so many ways. Um, our industry it's not where others are, right? So just because your songs are on those platforms doesn't mean you're generating revenue as people might think, right? Just because you are being booked for shows, there are several shows in which the artists get booked for, and they want to pay us very little or sometimes nothing at all, and we still have to ensure that the artist is prepared to go to those events. So our industry is not generating revenue for the artist, and that's one of our current fight right now to ensure that at the end of this, more light will be shared on the condition of the industry, and that we can be able to put in process that will kind of help our artists to be able to generate more revenue to the notion that the artist is making all this money and the label is taking all this money. Uh, it's not true. Everything that were ever generated by the artist, either through performance or through those platforms, was reinvested back
So
into the
again,
industry.
I I have some experience in this field, long career in the industry also. Like you said, Liberia is pretty much still a baby or a growing process when it comes to music and just making money off of music, right? Uh, you don't have to release, like you said earlier, you don't have to tell me how much you invested in her. Will you tell me that your journey in as DMG, right, up to now, managing other Fluxy or other different artists? What happened your profit margin?
The biggest profit, all right, or benefit I can get is where we are now is that we have gained exposure. We have helped our artists, elevate at a very high level. We have impacted and promoted Liberian culture. Those are the benefits that we gain in terms of
Let's
financial
talk about
benefit.
financial benefit. Yeah.
It, I'm listing those things because that's a benefit, right, of it. In terms of like financial um, revenue, obviously I can't disclose those, but like I keep trying to tell you that Liberian industry, music in general, no matter where you are, it's hard for you to make money from it. Then imagine in which you are in a country where people that are meant to sort of stream their songs have to buy data every time to get it online to watch a video, have to buy data to go on Audio, which is the most used platform in Liberia. Um, but the ones that pay the most, which are Spotify and Apple Music, they don't have subscription to those things. So that means that no money is being generated from the platforms. So if the platform is generating money, then I'm sure others can assume that this is really a labor of love, a labor of investment into someone that we believed in, and we're nowhere in position to where uh, we are rich.
So you're not making money. You're not making money.
No,
Then
we're not
why you
making
are in the
money
business if you're not making money?
because we love it. I love music. I love Liberia. I love the artists. I love the people that we're working with. I love all of it. That's why I'm doing it.
So
That's
it's out
why
of passion.
it's out of passion. I'm even pursuing a PhD right now that would help me to better support this industry, better support my country out of love. Right? So the love of what's carried. That's why this is so painful. That that you are doing something out of love, and people can be so wicked and evil to paint you in a light that is far from the reality. And it's so sad that the public themselves can believe those
Talking
lies.
about painting you in life that's far from reality. We all follow social media. I have a lot of connections in Liberia from the media sector, even on social media. This whole process, every influencer in Liberia, almost every influencer in Liberia, including top-notch artists in CRC, Jay Zeno, Jojo, um, even the political commentator activist, Marty Corey, they are all like there was a massive campaign when Fluxy opened her new account, and of course, their account within less than, let's say, 4 days, it's got about 36,000 followers, right? So DMG music have been dragged. I probably saw three positive comments from other people about DMG music. So do you see where the unbalance is in terms of artists and the record label? So DMG music have been like dragged pretty much on social media, right? In the court of public opinion.
I like to
How hard have that make you feel?
uh, uh, first of all, if you look at those artists' posts, right? None of them say, "Oh, DMD is bad," blah blah blah. All they are saying is, "Go support this artist. Go support this artist." Right? The artists themselves, which and I find admirable that she's part of that community of artists. So therefore, when they say that she's in need, the artists should speak up for each other. So I don't find an issue with that. What I have the issue with is those that have literally used that platform for days. People in which, if what they're doing to post these negative things about us, if they use those times to share her songs, when posted it, if they use those time to make content about her songs, right? Even the artists that they're referring to now, go on their pages, see how many times they share her song when they were released. If they did so and supported her when we were supporting her to add to what we're doing, she's far, far ahead right now, right? So that's why I'm not moved by those things because I know that during the good times when they could have leveraged that platform to help this artist, they didn't do so. Now that they see that this is the trend and they all want to be able to benefit from it, that's why everybody have to
Okay.
come do that little post.
Like I said, which of course the artists have to stick together pretty much, which is understandable. But another guy who is a prominent figure within the community, called Martin Cordy, he didn't just say go follow her page. He also promised to help her with a legal process. Uh, when that goes on, whatever it is they're gonna do to fix this process as a,
Hundred
as
percent,
a company.
100%. I mean, and here's the thing too that people might not know. I have not met this artist Fluxy in real life at all, right? So it should tell you about the level of commitment and love that you have with somebody to just invest in them without even meeting them, right? And whoever that got that person, yeah, I know that person. They don't know me. They don't know my story or my journey, right? They didn't take the time to call me and say, like you and other people did, to say what really happened, right? So that we can be able to have a better conclusion on this matter. They just blindly assumed based on statements that are made online about us. People that are making a statement are people that literally we have supported, right? If you go to the two primary pages of few that made those statements about us, these are people that are paid to help us promote the content that we just had in July, that spoke highly of us at that time. And now just a few months later to try to not defame us, it's sad.
Um,
I don't know those
we
people.
we are going to get controversial a little bit here, but let me ask this again. I know you mentioned a guy named Bill. So what can you confirm, because Bill is was considered the manager for Fluxy. So the question has been, uh, why would a person who represents the music label also be the manager for the artist? It shows a conflict of interest. What's your comment?
No, that's the structure of our business. That's the structure. Other labels, other um, companies have different way of doing things, right? Ours is that we offer three primary services to artists. One is distribution, in which that we record and distribute their music, right? One is management, in which you manage your talent to help you maximize, right, your talent. The other is publishing. We help you to publish your work, and get compensated from, your work as a songwriter. So therefore, she benefited from all three of those services that we provide to artists.
So before I go to the next topic, like Fluxy, right?
Mhm.
You say you haven't seen her in person, and it's almost like you guys on a different continent having this relationship. If you were to meet Fluxy in person, right? Or even if she watched this video, I know she's gonna watch this video. I can tell you that part. She's gonna watch this video. What would be a message to her?
I wish this wasn't happening. I wish you believed in what you were saying all those times. Money will follow later. Life by jet time. We move to the next. No time for X. I wish you listened to those lyrics that she wrote, so that we can be able to use that to build for us and for her a future in which we can all benefit from. Right? I wish you didn't give ears to people that I believe now are just trying to leverage the hard work that we put in behind the scene to benefit from it. I wish you didn't listen to those people.
Again, this is a special edition of Playlist Africa on Apex One Radio. My name is Emmanuel Paye. We are here in the studio of Apex One Radio. This show has been produced by our CEO himself in studio, Ernest Kanjo, observed and monitored by the entire Apex One team, and directed by our only chief engineer, Marcel from Germany. We have also have our Grace Washington in the studio here in the background, making sure that we are supporting this process. Welcome again. My name is Emmanuel Paye. We are here again live to discuss the most trending story in the Liberian music industry, and representing this particular side of the DMG record is the CEO himself talking to us live on Apex One Radio. We are winding down to the end of the show. So I will tell you this. I did not join Liberia in the team until 2021. And I have done this since I was 17 years old, right? So when I first got there, a friend of mine told me, he said, look, man, be ready. Be ready for this struggle. Be ready for everything. And whatever he said to me at the time, I'm seeing the struggle in it. I had done a lot of different events in Liberia that have, let's say, revenue wise, and have been about the revenue, just helping people out. Now, I think your critics will say that if you want to have a music label, you should have thousands of dollars to make sure that if you are signing a contract with an artist, improve their life, give them cash, buy them car, buy them house, or whatever it is to take to make them a star. What is your comment about that?
I always told the artist in full transparency, this is who I am. All right. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have same money as other people, other labels, but I have the passion. I have the knowledge. I have the experience. I have the talent. Right. Some of those songs in which you hear right now, um, we'll workshop them in the background because of my experience in music and things like that. Right. So those things are very invaluable. That she was getting. I'll honest with her. Right. That I believe that if we stay together, they're going to be very successful. Like you said, the money will follow later, right? I cannot offer you those things right now, but this is what I can offer you. And as you can see, though we didn't have the millions of dollars, we were able to still accomplish to where now this is a story, because those things I told her in the beginning worked. It didn't take thousands and millions of dollars to happen. It took some money that we were able to provide, but it also took the passion, the commitment, the relationship, the experience, the creativity. All those things are part of that process as well.
So there's a young comedian in Liberia, one of the most also a prominent guy in the industry of comedy or entertainment, and Kuteh. Kuteh have been the guy again. I would say this to you. You might call it a tabloid. I would say it like that for now because it's alleged that he's the one who is the architect of this separation. Do you mind to comment?
It's funny to me, man, because You know, I used to admire the God, right? Because again, I'm somebody that for all these years before I became to the Liberian community in Columbus, I was among other communities. So when I came, all of this was new to me. So I didn't even know, these people in the industry. So when I got introduced to these people, I admired them. I'm like, wow, this guy is awesome, right? And nothing but respect. So now to see somebody that you want held to a standard, someone in which you supported, someone in which you saw as family to you, right? Now taking drastic measures to put out false and accurate information to prove whatever point they want to prove. It's a sad reality. And for other Liberians to witness another Liberian mistreat and defame another person and they embrace and endorse that is equally as sad. Okay.
Wow. Again, I mean, you are hearing from him himself, the CEO himself, here in the studio of Apex One Radio. This is a special edition of Playlist Africa on Apex One Radio. My name is Emmanuel Paye here. We are here in the studio of Apex One Radio, having this conversation with the CEO himself of DMG Music. Look, all this journey, if you put everything together, do you have any other artists right now with DMG?
Yeah, we got an artist called Kujuri. He's very talented, and it hurts me at times because of my love for Fluxy. I didn't sign artists that are very popular today because I thought, say, by me investing in somebody else, it would limit my ability to invest into her. So I passed on people that you hear that song today on the radio that famous in Liberia that could have had a chance to sign. And I said no because I want to work with this artist, right? When I signed this other artist, Kujuri, that at that time he wasn't with us. His manager came to us to for a collaboration with Fluxy, which we approved of, and we were able to get the song done and things like that. And in the process, I was just kind of joking with him, because I love this so much. I was just as committed to getting making sure his song will be great, In the process, I may have jokingly said that, when this artist blow, I gotta get my share of the revenue too, And I guess he kind of took that as me expressing interest in working with the artist. So like, do you want to sign, Kujuri? I'm like, sure, And that's when we signed him. And Fluxy endorsed him because at the time we were organizing a very big concert for her,
Okay.
in which many other artists in Liberia came, and she endorsed him there. But I think out of that, from that moment on, it's not the only thing, but instead of uh, decided to go down here.
And that's the, I'll be honest with you. Biblical Entertainment CEO or liability. There's been some experience with this, right? Sometimes artists sign with a label will also feel either threatened or maybe abandoned when you sign another artist. So, do you think that could be some of the reasons why Flossy decided to leave DMG?
I can't 100% say, but all I know is that, even though we had challenges in the past, we were able to work through it, But once we signed that artist, and then once she had other voices back in her life, that's when things started to go, where it is today.
So, how many artists are currently on DMG music right now?
We have Kujuri, and with all this thing going, I might pick up the microphone again to start, telling my own stories and my own experiences, so that the public can know that I'm a gift to the Liberian people. They might not recognize it now, they might not, with all that's going on, right? But I believe that I'm destined to really help impact our country in a positive way. Which is why seeing these things and people that you want to help, people that you love to help, not even knowing your heart towards them, and it just automatically assume. Sometimes I listen to celebrities online that are far more famous than perhaps I will ever be, say that people they don't even know me. Is it see I felt that in that moment. I'm like, wow, these people don't know me at all. They don't know my story. They don't know my experience. They don't know what I've been through, the sacrifices I've made, and yet let's jump to this conclusion. right? But again, I believe that, the Bible says, "What the devil meant for evil, God meant it for good." If this didn't happen, I'm not AFS one right now talking to you, right? Uh, my DMG music is not recognized internationally
As
because
the most
yeah,
trending
because can
label
you
right now.
imagine that her page had that much following in the same amount of time that we had our page as well, because we diverted all of the investment, all of the energy towards promoting her. So we as a company took the back seat to that, right? Some companies will say, you know what? We are going to post these content on our page only. You can't post it on your page. We are going to use your likeness to promote our brand, right? So that we can be, when this happened, you go, we used you. No, we didn't do that. We say, let's invest into you to see you grow.
Again, this is special edition of Playlist Africa on Apex One Radio. My name is Emmanuel Paye here. I want to appreciate the entire team tonight. I want to appreciate the CEO himself, Ernest Kanjo, a partner, and also our chief engineer, Marcel in Germany right now. And then, of course, our news director here is in the studio for us, Grace Washington. And to the entire Apex One Radio team, want to appreciate you today. Before you leave for us tonight, what is your last message? Not the last message, but what is the concluding message that you want to share to motivate somebody who might want to do one day do the same thing you are doing?
Here's why it's like, we are going to remain so firm, no matter what they're saying online, that our position will remain firm, not diverted from it. Because I don't want to establish a president in Liberia industry that if you are an if you are an investor that want to come and invest into our industry, that there'll be a day in which the person that you're investing in can just walk away with everything that you invested in with no consequence, right? I don't want that president, right? I want to make sure that when somebody invests into an artist tomorrow, they can say, you know what, because of what DMG Music did by standing up, we know that when this artist walk away, our investment won't go in vain, right? So we're going to remain firm, 100% know and believe that we are in the right. We are doing this not it's not just about Fluxy and us and the other people anymore. This is about the industry. I want future lawyers to be able to cite this case when they are handling disputes in the future, right? So we are committed to this vision. We're committed to this goal. I definitely appreciate my brother and family members that, despite all of this noise, have kept that support. And again, you might see these things online, but there are people in the background that are there supporting us as well. And in due time, hopefully they'll be able to publicly make those supports clear. But we know that what we are doing is right. We know that we have done no wrong. The reason why this is a story is because of the investment and time that we put into making this artist who she is. If we didn't do those things, nobody knows who Fluxy is. We're not discussing these things right now, right? So we remain committed to this, and it's hard not being part of of her story moving forward. They have taken this turn, but like I wrote in that statement in the very first one, I wish her the best. I wish her the best. I hope that she can be able to surround herself with people that will actually put her in position that we put her in to be successful. And it wouldn't be people that when somebody want to sign, they say, let's go see who your manager is and go on that page, and all they see is that manager defaming the person that helped her, right? That was kind of a little bit of shot there. But, I'm a professional person. I try not to be as emotional, but this is a very emotional topic for me. But again, I wish her the best. And I hope that Liberian in general can know that our industry is rising. And if there are politicians and people that are in power to make policies to support the industry, they should do so. Let the government not sit aside to and not support the industry. Let them invest into music. Let them find ways in which we can have festivals and other events. When Christoph had his concert this July, I thought, wow, wouldn't the Ministry of Culture, Tourism, whatever they are called, see this as an opportunity to say, what if every July we did something like this? in which we are going to bring these artists, we are going to pay them well to showcase their talent, to help push the Liberian. It's called soft power or culture diplomacy. When a country uses its talent, its culture to have influence overseas, the Liberian government have a great opportunity to do so right now with that music, but they're not doing so. Right. So I'm hoping that through this process, I can give them the platform to share light on how we can do some big things and be able to have a thriving Liberian industry, which will be a gateway for other successful economies in Liberia.
That's the voice of the CEO of DMG Music. My name is Emmanuel Paye. I want to say thanks for joining us tonight, wherever you're watching from. Hopefully, you can share this live with other people so that the story can spread. You just heard the side of the CEO himself, Shadrick Kuteh. I want to say thanks so much for and thanks for your time.
Yeah,
I want to say to all our listeners and observer on StreamYard, we are on every different platform, streaming platform that you can go to listen to Apex One radio voice or radio program 24-hour service. We run 24-hour service here in the studio here with different program from culture, entertainment, politics, and so forth. Again, thank you, Shedrick.
thank you so much.
Bye for now, everybody.